Hey, we're live.
And it just made me think of that song, doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Yeah,
Remember LL Cool
doing
J?
it, doing it
Yeah.
well.
Oh, gosh.
Hi,
I was like, oh
Holly.
my God. There's going there again.
Thank you, everyone, for stopping by.
Hi, everybody. Up there goes the announcement. At least on
Going
my
my
end.
phone. Oh, what the heck?
Lots of people starting their channels, having guests on.
Yeah.
It's crazy and it's wonderful. And yes, playback.
Wonderful. So, Valerie and I
Safely.
have been doing now a weekly Tuesday show, Transcendental Tuesdays.
That's a mouthful, but I love it.
Yeah.
Very, very fun. It's a
And
fun
we're
show.
here to transcend, right? Get better, bring in knowledge,
Woosah.
be better people.
Well, you remember Bad Boys, woosah, woosah, when he told him to relax, the captain? Just rub your ears and say woosah. They're like, no.
Hey
but okay.
there,
Well,
Allison. Hey, y'all.
yeah, hi, everybody. I can't see anyone, but hello. The significant other's got the phone tonight.
Ah.
Yeah. While watching Serenity. He's a big Firefly fan.
Uh-huh. Hi,
Yeah.
Tracy, Ralph.
Hi, Tracy, Allison.
So in a bit, we'll hit some political questions and whatnot. But grab your favorite cards
My new ones.
and pull out 3 cards or whatnot. How we shall transcend this week.
Okay.
Transcending. So just to share with everybody, most of them saw these cards yesterday, but I got a new deck.
Oh, I love that.
For us, nice.
I like Denise Lynn.
Mm-hmm. And man, she has a story. I'll share that maybe with our live tomorrow. But that woman came from a rough.
I have something from Denise Lynn too. Yeah.
Probably the sacred spirit. Oh, not the sacred spirit, the native spirit.
Oh no, it's from years.
This is
years
my first deck of hers. I love
you
this.
Probably wouldn't even know what it was. I can't. I'm gonna have to dig something out. Dig it out.
Well, she's kind of like the next Colette Baron Reed, and she was actually on Colette Baron Reed's podcast. Inside the Woo-niverse. I was saying the universe. She calls it the Woo-niverse.
Mm-hmm. Those are beautiful cards.
Okay.
Yeah, I first saw these on Kelly's channel, Doesn't Cats Wellness.
Mm-hmm.
And we just launched our. I'm a part of her collective of fellow readers, and we're called Raising the Vibe Tribe. So we'll have our first live on October 1st. Woo! I believe it's Saturday at 11. So excited to be on there, and looking forward to having guests on. And
sounds wonderful.
Yes, that's why I just love all these new collaborations. So thank you for inviting me. I love to do collabs.
They're fun.
Mm-hmm. It's much fun, doing collabs and then sitting there by yourself, with cards. It's much more fun when you got someone else.
Yeah, I know. I try to do a video myself, and I feel so weird looking at a computer.
It's funny. I don't.
Like, hello, anybody in there?
I should do more by myself because I actually don't mind it at all. But
hello,
either, but
computer on.
Anybody home? I mean, anybody home?
Okay, my cards tonight are kind of depressing.
They are.
But it may be a reason though. So these are the cards that Aries Girl sent me as a gift.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very nice. That's cool.
So we have 7 of Ariel. So it feels like that card is about everything you've had and created and had may not always work out as planned.
Uh, hmm
So then you have to change course.
yeah.
You have prosperity coming your way, looking out for the future.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, everything happens for a reason.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Don't be in despair. Don't worry. Do your best to stay focused. But in everything that happens, whether you get in an accident and you lose your car's gone, you got to get a new one, you got expenses. Maybe that car is going to be a lemon. Who knows, right? Or it could
Right.
lead you to something better. You might start dating the tow truck guy. Who knows? When you come out of loss and everything you created has to change, there's always a reason.
Hey, how you
Very
doing?
nice. Very nice. Very nicely done.
Oh my goodness! Now I got the giggles. Okay, I'll just go really quick. So, air, spirit, knowledge, everything that the wisdom that you've gained, the wisdom that the knowledge. This is also a card of watching what you say before you speak, kind of deal too. So, communication. We are in retrograde, so just being mindful of what not only what we say to other people, but to ourselves as well. This I just love this card because it reminds me of the Miss of Avalon. She's on the boat.
Beautiful.
She's crossing over. The boat is a swan, a bird of transformation, of reflection. So make sure you're reflecting, on what you're thinking, on how you're going to say it, or if it needs to be said at this moment. But also too that knowledge gives you courage. It gives you a sense of strength, knowing that lessons learned helps you be more decisive, being more aware of like what you're saying, what you're doing. But just staying on that beautiful, steady course, you get, and this is perfect for fall, the maple spirit, generosity. So as we're coming into the fall, being generous, the harvests are coming in, being grateful for what you have. Things may not be working out so well. Maybe that's why you need the strength card, the courage card. I also think of this as strength, the courage card. Maybe you are going through some things that you had to leave behind. And so just remember being grateful for what you do have, and remember it's okay to accept help when needed, and to remember to also give help if needed.
Very nice. Very nice.
Sweet.
All cards. And I got quiet time. Take some time. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate with all the energies that are going on right now. I think that's a really good message. Just to regroup and give yourself some balance. And this is Diana, Goddess Diana, focused intention. So keeping your unwavering thoughts and feelings and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. So I like that with the quiet time. And the next one is really beautiful. Peace. And there is no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. So quiet time, focused intention, and peace. Kind of taking a little downtime to regroup, set your sights on what you really want, and feel at peace with everything that you're bringing forward.
That's the best way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Feel at peace.
Mm-hmm. Feel at peace. It'll all work out. Everything is as it should be. All is right in the world.
Yeah. So the little story that may be relevant was Holly gonna do. I'm gonna name my channel. Messages from the curtain. What? Okay, that's a little weird, Holly. Messages from the curtain.
Messages from the
Oh, I
curtain.
was having little internet issues, but anyway,
I like that
a little.
because it's messages from the beyond. The
So
curtain, the
right,
veil,
messages behind the
veil,
curtain. Okay, we can do
behind
that.
the veil. Yeah.
I thought you just name it. You could just name it channel. See how that goes. But a little story. My friend, a dear friend, I've always. That's true, Holly. You always have been behind the curtain, throwing knowledge out there. My dear friend, I've helped a lot of years. Sometimes he gets obsessive. But anyway, I told him a while back here. He said he's quitting his job to try another one. I go, it ain't gonna last. He goes, what? Where's your faith? I'm gonna make $10 more an hour. You're not gonna be happy. It's not gonna last. It lasted 3 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So
You
then,
were right about that.
then he's like, what do you get? I need to find a job. Da, da, da. What do you see for me? I'm like, you'll find a job. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it.
right.
He found the job I predicted for him 2 years ago.
Oh, good. Good.
So
Yeah.
anyway, so he's trying to move on, get financially better,
Hmm.
and and then he's like, and he also had a breakup with a woman a while back. But anyway, so
Hmm.
he's asking, well, how can I move on? I want to meet Mrs. Right. None of this messing around, wrong person. You know, I'm like, one, you must forgive everything you've done. You made mistakes. Don't harbor it. Forgive yourself. He went a little farther than I thought he needed to because, like, the past relationships and the last two marriages, he had two marriages, both failed. One with two kids, and the next one was 8 years. But there was a big thing that happened to end it. So
Hmm.
anyway, I'm like, you know, thank them and forgive them. You know, I failed, you failed, it didn't work. Don't harbor it. Well, he took it a
Right.
step farther and he texted both wives and he, you know, apologized the, for his failures that it didn't work. I appreciate the time I spent with you, and it's been wonderful, right?
Hmm.
So a second wife texts back, "Thank you, I appreciate it. I made mistakes too. I hope the best for you also." His first wife said, "You're an asshole. You're an alcoholic. You ain't gonna never make anything out of yourself. Leave me alone." I'm like, whoa.
Wow.
I'm like, well, I guess she's not into forgiveness, right? So I'm like, technically, you don't have to go that far. You can just say it,
Exactly.
say it,
Well,
and believe it in your own entity. You don't
true.
have to reach out and give the ex a call and say, "I'm really sorry, I messed up," and then they'll hang up on you, right?
Right.
You never know what they're going to do. You don't need to. That energy will be out there, and you'll be forgiven.
Correct.
Just
Yeah.
be
Exactly.
whole with yourself. So
Yeah.
just a little story that he told me what he did today
Hmm.
and whatnot. But he's getting better. I mean, this guy actually had thoughts of suicide. How bad he was feeling.
Wow.
Oh,
He was
wow.
depressed, and nothing's working
Mm.
out for him. He lost another relationship, all this stuff. I lost my job, or whatever. I'm not happy at my job. Always financial problems. I'm like, but I always try to hit back with him. Well, you could be starving in Ethiopia with no food, or you could be running from bombs in Ukraine.
Yeah.
I'm like, be happy for where you're at. You're not that bad off, you know. Or you could be, I don't know. there's so many scenarios. You could be in Jackson, Mississippi, where you have no drinking water. Whatever the case may be, or Puerto Rico right now. It's like be grateful for where you're born, what you have. Your
Yeah,
your
gratitude is
your
huge.
your issues are minuscule. Stop the pity party. Be that
Mhm.
be that whole man, whole
Definitely.
self. You know, grow. Everything you went through, you can grow.
Mhm.
So he's in a better place.
Yeah, it's funny. Gratitude
I'm as I'm
brings
as
more
I'm as
beautiful energy to you.
Catherine. So sorry, Val. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that that's an important point about gratitude, because when you get up in the morning and you're grateful for where you're at, where you live, who you're with, just feel the gratitude toward everything. That sets up a really positive energy that you just more good things gravitate to you when you feel that way. When you
Right.
thank the universe for everything that you have, more good things will be coming your
Definitely.
way.
And
It's
even
it's
being grateful for Mercury retrograde.
Even Mercury retrograde gives us
Sorry
a
about that,
chance
guys.
to, a little few challenges we can,
well, I'm
I'm just like,
I'm
oh, it
sometimes.
thankful.
happened again.
I'm thankful for solar flares. I actually like that extra energy coming in.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Some people don't like it. Some computers and satellites don't like it, but I
yeah.
actually feel better when I find out solar flares are hitting the Earth and the extra energy. I'm like, bring
well,
that
that's not
energy. All right.
supposed to be good for our atmosphere, though, isn't it? Isn't it like does it like deplete our that
No,
protective
it doesn't hurt nothing.
or the weather patterns? No.
No, it affects satellites. It's not going
Right.
to break up our atmosphere. That energy coming from a flare,
Mhm.
what do they call it? Corona mass ejection.
Mhm.
That energy hits and can disrupt certain parts of the planet. Like sometimes I get affected more by the full moon than I do
Mm,
Oh
yeah,
normal.
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
It's like
Yeah,
New
the
moons are
antenna
the
is
one I
shut
feel
off
the most.
sometimes during a full moon. I'm like,
yeah.
what?
You got to, yeah, you look up there and oh, that's why I feel the way I do, or
Some feel great. I gotta write down sometime which full moon really makes me feel different.
Yeah, I
yeah.
gave my counselor a calendar that gave when the full and new moons are, because I can talk to her about this stuff. She's totally open to it, and she keeps it on her fridge because when her boys start acting up, she's like, okay, this one son always acts up when the moon is close to being full. Yep, the new moon. This son, I mean, her son's personalities even line up with certain.
Oh,
And she's like, thanks for the calendar. So.
wow,
Mm.
that's really getting
Mhm.
specific there. Charting the moon and emotions.
Yeah, well, she
Yeah,
always knows when one of her sons starts to act a little bit of something. She'll check the calendar, see if it's getting close to or
yeah.
is a full moon and new moon, vice versa.
Hmm. Yeah, it's interesting.
So I heard.
Powerful, how powerful that is on us. It affects the
Mhm.
tides of the earth, and it's doing things with our emotions. Yeah, it's just pretty amazing. That and
Well,
where
Uh,
our moon is, in our
yes, it is.
signs.
I
Yeah.
don't know how you know that.
did you
I was
say
like,
your
oh, let's say,
birthday?
oh, it's probably under my
Oh,
YouTube.
it's your birth. Your birthday's December 6th.
Yeah, I share the same birthday as Santa Claus, Saint Nicholas.
My son's birthday is December 13th. He was born on Friday the 13th.
Yep, I'm a Sag. My
He's a
what's
Sag.
really cool is I love sharing this. Is that my great grandmother, her birthday was December 4th. My
Ooh.
sister, who she thought was going to be on her birthday, came on December 5th, and then
Ooh.
15 years later, she thought she had one more shot with me, and I came on the 6th. So fourth, fifth, sixth. My
You're
grandniece is
crazy.
on the 10th, and she just had her first child. Her son is on the 11th.
Crazy. How
So
about this?
hey, cool,
I'm
Michelle.
going I'm born March 5th. My husband is born March 5th, and he had a twin, of course. He's no longer with us, but of course, so that's 3 March 7th people. And his brother
Very
is
cool,
March
Holly.
17th, and his mother was March, I can't remember the exact day, but they're all Pisces. We're all Pisces.
So is my Shan.
Yes.
He's the 13th.
Oh, wait, there's more.
There's
His
more. Oh no.
our grandsons are born. They share the same birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
That's crazy.
November 29th, 2 Saggies. It's just really weird when you look at all of it, how it all.
And Shan loves to say, I was born on Friday the 13th. I'm like, cool.
My daughter, my second daughter, was 8 minutes away from Friday the 13th. So
Hey,
she's
it's a good
December,
day.
Close enough.
December 12th. December 12th.
That's you're right.
December 12th.
Oh, cool. Another Sag. So yeah, my
Yep.
granny's the
12.
10th, her son the 11th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which made it hard though for birthdays, because living in Western New York in the Buffalo area, you could never really plan on having a birthday party because, 50-50 or more, there was going to be a storm.
Yeah, most
I got a
likely.
few of them.
Right. At that time of the year, definitely. Yeah, but I love my Saggies. I love all the Saggies.
Yes, the Saggies are cool.
And my grandmother was a Sag, and she was always so much fun. Really fun-loving, freedom-loving people. So
And I love
positive.
to travel, and these days I can't really do that, and it's like it kind of feel like my part of my Saggy soul is being smothered, because it's like, but I want to go visit here, I want to drive there, and I want to fly over to this. There's so many places and people I want to see and meet, and it's just kind of like so. But yeah, I definitely fit the Sag with the traveling and the philosophy. Why I like open discussions like this.
Yeah, that's true. And
Conversation.
Saggies like truth.
Yeah,
all
truth is out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I still have
Behind
to
this,
get my X-Files teacher that says that.
so you had an interesting question behind closed doors there, Valerie. What was that again?
What did I say?
About signs or something?
Astrology, I think.
Like it was something about astrology, if the Earth would tilt or something like that, or does it change?
Oh. Yeah, there was just an idea that somebody put this out there a long time ago, that when we have this 0 point, and it's really when the poles shift. But the poles have been shifting. They do that every so often. Every X amount of thousand years, the poles shift. And somebody put it out there that, will our astrology change because, does the planet move
degrees.
a little bit? The planet and degrees and how we move, is it going to shift how astrology is affecting us? Are our signs going to change? Are we, going to react to astrology the same way that we always have? And
that is an interesting question.
And maybe even with, if you believe in the ascension and energy shifting, will astrology actually still create a steer us? Will it be able to? It's a 3D thing. How astrology kind of like we're stuck with what we. But I like what you said before, Heather, maybe backstage, that as you get older, it's really becomes less of you're less controlled by your astrology than you ever were, because you've gained wisdom and you know how to flow through things.
I think we stick with what we choose prior coming to Earth, when we're going to be born, to who, and all of that. But then when we get here, we have probably that pre-knowledge before coming here, that we can change course in our lives, like, free will to a certain degree. And then I think when you were talking, this really weird image popped into my head of just kind of like standing there and then kind of seeing within like the soul being, and how just like standing in one spot, and how the energies from the constellations are moving through our body and hitting certain energy points like our meridians or our energetic makeup, and how those changing planets and the energy they give off, how we might change or slightly adjust as they are moving through our energy field, if that makes sense.
It does.
I
It
have
does. That
no
makes
idea
sense.
where that just came from, but
I
it
like
just
that. I
seemed
think
like,
you're channeling the answers.
but it's
No,
just like I just like standing sitting there, and then I'm like, okay, and then as the skies are, that energy is coming through, it's like, okay, okay, it's
That
moving this
makes
shape, it's
sense.
doing this way. And sometimes I think it might be a quick, we might really feel a jolt, or it might be on certain levels, it might be subtle,
Yeah.
that kind of brings us into certain states of being.
Hmm.
mm,
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Mm.
Very
So
cool.
yeah.
much to ponder.
It,
Hmm.
I sense as long as the orbit stays the same, it's going to be the same. Like if a planet gets off where
Yeah.
it has been or starts
Yeah.
exploding, whatever, and all of a sudden we have 8 planets. Yeah, that might throw off a few things. But a shift is just a shift. Earth shift has been happening often,
Yeah.
especially there's going to be a shift with melting ice and everything. So
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
it's going to
It's going
happen.
to happen.
Wait just
Hmm.
a bit. It's going to
Yep.
move.
Yep. Very true. Very true.
They said it's going to possibly raise the water 6 feet to 12 feet. So depending on where you are, you may be having oceanfront property soon. Well, not soon, as in, within the next couple of years. But I'm just wondering, in my lifetime, am I going to actually see certain states disappearing or being
Yeah, me
covered
too.
by water?
I have that same question, Heather. I wonder
I,
too.
and let's see, next 10 years, I'm seeing and feeling at least 4 feet.
Yeah,
It's going to
that would
raise
make sense.
at least 4 feet.
Right.
That's
So
why the
anything under
coasts have
that,
to figure out what they're doing,
Hmm.
especially with their subway systems. New York
Hmm.
is scrambling. The people are starting to get nervous because they see their hurricanes, the
Hmm.
nor'easters are becoming more uh, frequent. They're becoming more, they start earlier now, and they're bringing more tropical depressions and stuff up towards the East Coast into New York. And that subway system, man, that would be like a
yeah.
death trap
Yeah.
with the rising
I was
waters.
reading, I was reading Joe Biden's home is in a floodplain.
Oh,
If
really?
the ocean raises a foot, that whole
Mhm.
property is gone.
Oh, gosh.
I guess a
Wow.
lot of people have already prepared and they
Mhm.
raised their homes up 5 feet on stilts.
Right.
It's
Yeah, but
like,
the
wow.
stills can't
Yeah.
hold it off. I mean, that water and the weight of the water and the tides.
Hi, Teresa.
Yeah, water
Hmm.
is a powerful thing, isn't it?
Mother Nature always wins.
Mother Nature is definitely, it's hard to fight against it,
She will
especially
always
something as
have the
big as
upper
a,
hand.
something big as a
Well,
hurricane.
well, interesting news. Mar-a-Lago will be underwater.
Right. That's,
Boat
that is interesting.
Yeah, that's why I
trips.
worry about people on the
See you in
islands on,
Disney.
Florida, especially Priscilla and Heather, the Crone Zone. They're right in Key West,
Oh yeah,
so that
Key
water
West
raises.
is going to have big issues.
Yeah.
You know what I'm curious about? I mean, I'm starting into the political with this, but
It's
I'm
fine.
dying to know. I just saw the sheriff in Texas say that they're filing charges against
Hi,
um,
Kelly.
Bye, Kelly.
DeSantis for this whole thing he
Yeah.
perpetrated against the migrants. And I couldn't understand why somebody in Texas was getting involved till I learned that those people were actually somebody came from Florida to try and entice them into going from Texas to
Yeah.
Florida. That's the
Hmm.
first thing. and enticement is considered human trafficking.
Yeah.
So
This is what Denise and Lisa were discussing this afternoon because I don't watch the news, so I have no idea. I mean, I knew that their stuff was they were being busted. I know that one of the individuals last week, there was a young woman that was reported to have taken her life. I think that was one of the ones that were dropped off in New York,
oh,
by Abbott or DeSantis, whichever one of the two. And they were talking about today. I didn't realize how extensive it was, but I guess people from Venezuela were being brought up with the intention of we have jobs here, we have work, and then once they get up here, then
Right.
they were trafficked, they were shipped off under false
and not only
pretenses.
that, but the taxpayer money used. There
That's
were
taxpayer
apparently
money.
48 people, and it was 12,000 some odd dollars per person for this private
Right.
plane,
Mhm.
or two private planes to take these people. So think
I'm
about all
pretty
the money
sure there's a kickback there unless they rendered the point.
it's got,
and
because
and
Unless
they're looking into it because they were trying to see how many of age, and if they're of underage, then they can snag on human trafficking, sex trafficking because of underage,
they can
children as well.
definitely, well, they
I
had
mean,
lots
it's
of
sick. I
children,
can't even
so
believe we're saying this.
yeah, it's
Woo.
it's unbelievable. Oh, oh,
I've seen a
Yoga
big
by
one like that
Jane.
before.
I have to say this, Yoga by Jane. Val, a huge dragonfly, at least 5 inches long, threw right by my car window Sunday up in the mountains. I had to stop to let it out. Oh my
That
gosh.
was definitely a
I
message.
just have to share with you all that this morning I was at a stop sign and I was waiting to turn, had to do my Starbucks run. And right in front of my car, a big, huge dragonfly flew right in front and just paused there and then flew on. And that's the first dragonfly I've seen in a long time. So this is like coming into my awareness. That was just so great to hear that. Yoga by Jane. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, that is really transformation and uh, beautiful energies.
I had a monarch do that to me. I was driving 50
Oh,
miles, doing the speed limit, 50 miles on the way home from the park,
mhm.
and my windows were down. It was summer. This was like, I think, last summer or the summer before. And as I'm driving 55, driving 50, just, I don't know how this butterfly was able to time it, flew right into my car, sat down in my seat next to me, and I'm like,
It's a
okay.
gift.
And it stayed with me, and I'm talking to it and everything. I get home, I pull into the trailer court, I stop at a stop sign and say, well, are you going to go home with me, because there's cats and stuff over there, I don't know. And it just went whoop and flew out the window.
Oh, that is just,
Man, I love
you were
butterflies.
visited.
Yeah.
Wow. I love these kind of stories because they're
Mhm.
really, to me, they highlight
Yeah.
spirit
And I'm seeing a lot more
moving.
dragonflies too, so they're
Oh,
catching
that
my
is
attention
wonderful.
as well. Yeah.
Yep. That's a lot of transformational energies. And you're just, you know, getting that from spirit that this is
And
happening
I
for.
needed it at that time because I was going through something rough. I was recovering from something very rough, and to have
Mm,
that on the way back home was
that
just,
is just beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's when
wow.
you know it can be your angels, working with that butterfly to come and sit with you, to show you that you're being, you're loved, you're
And
guided,
Holly had a praying
protected.
mantis. Those are cool too.
Oh, they are cool. I had one out front and I was like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. It was only about, it was a tiny one, but it was just adorable. A cicada killer wasp fly into my car. Oh, you never saw a
They
car
get those.
stop so fast.
Yeah.
I'd be out.
Oh,
I'd be the first one out.
Michelle.
A dragonfly
Look at that
landed on
one,
my
Val.
chest the other day and stayed for. Oh, that is just beautiful. Oh
Yeah,
my
so
gosh.
cool.
Now,
All
back
these.
in 2000, when, or is it two? No, Easter of 2001, I was staying with a friend, and I was only about an hour away from the what's called the American Stonehenge. It's
Mhm.
in New Hampshire. It's actually in Salem, New Hampshire, and I went there, and I actually had a blue butterfly land on my head. That was the only time I've had a butterfly land on me, and I remember seeing it. And I was in, I think, the direction of the west direction of the wheel, because it's laid out like Stonehenges, but it's the American kind of form of it, and it's not like the capstones and everything, but there was that table, the sacrificial table, or altar, whatever you want to call it, but I was walking, through there, and in front of that one direction stone, and I believe it was going towards, it was either east or west. I think it was west. And I saw a blue butterfly, and I just sat there and I went, please land on my hand. And it did.
Oh
But ever
gosh.
since then, I asked them to, and they don't. But when I had that one fly into my car that day,
That is just
that was fun.
fantastic. I love that. Love
Hmm.
that. That is just amazing.
So Val, when you were saying, talking about, you and Scott were starting to talk about the trafficking and everything and what they were doing with the, now with
Yeah.
the immigrants or
Right.
refugees. This is the first car that flew out. It's going to be investigated. It's under investigation. Um, a decision's going to be made. I think,
Oh,
I'm thinking that this
decisions.
might represent both maybe Abbott and DeSantis,
Mhm.
Yep.
and they're going to be getting a message
Yep.
Mhm.
that, that this is what they were doing. This is what they were doing to the people. This is, I think this represents them too. Of course, money, what's hidden underneath that they didn't want people to see,
Yeah.
obstacles, but I think it is going to make it to the House, that they're going to be able to vote on it. See, I don't do politics, so hopefully that kind of made sense to
That
whatever's going
sounded
on in the news.
fantastic. No, that was right. That was just sounds spot on.
So
Yep.
so far that we know of,
Mhm.
but I believe our government's already on it behind the scenes.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
The feds.
Yeah.
Oh
This is
yeah.
this is the Hierophant, my farm card. So anyway, from what I've seen, that sheriff in that county in San Antonio's started an investigation on DeSantis,
Hmm.
Mhm.
and there's been a class action lawsuit started at Martha's Vineyard, which is kind of funny. A lot of lawyers happen to live there.
It's a
They
ritzy
do.
area, like
They
South,
really
So
yeah,
do.
like
anyway,
the Hamptons and everything. Yeah.
yeah. So it was an evil deed by them too, and they're going to have a painful ending because they did this.
Very true.
Yeah, they're going to be
So
locked up.
the truth is coming out.
Whee!
So we got the sword of truth coming here with Ace of Swords, and then we have all the. This is the 10 of coins, 9 of coins, but this is sensing to me migrants,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
families.
that's all right. When I saw that, I saw, yep, there they are.
Mhm. Mhm.
There's rules. There's rules. The government card here and the Ace of Cups. There's rules on migrants.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
ain't gonna happen. Then I have their patience because the Page of Swords is a new investigation.
Mhm.
Patience, it's gonna happen. They're evaluating, and this is all about how things are supposed to be. 6 of Cups, kids, whatever.
Hmm.
So they're gonna get investigated, and they will go down for this. It's illegal.
Yeah, but the Page of Swords, he's going to be sliding right in like the Knight too. They're just going to come right in. They're started it. They're not even hesitating. And I also got the scythe too, so that too is them cutting,
Cut.
going through, and they're going to cut it. Yep.
That
Yeah,
is nice.
that's
And
basically
it's
a
going to
pen.
go way up the food chain. They're going to take it all the way as far as they can go.
So I got the emperor starting off, and then the queen of wands, which always used to be Nancy Pelosi, so I don't know. But then the knight of pentacles and Da, da, da.
Well,
I
you know,
think these
there
are
was
all people behind the scenes doing the work to get
yeah.
this to happen.
Well, there's a female lawyer that started that class action in Martha's Vineyard.
Oh,
Yeah, they
yeah.
were saying on the other live that they were having some of these individuals dropped off in front of Kamala Harris's house,
Oh, that was
near
a
her
straight
house.
bus. That was a straight bus from Abbott.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just working.
I found out there was thousands. This isn't just a little incident. There's
Oh
been
yeah, no,
thousands
they've
already
been
moved.
doing this. Yep.
They've been doing this
Now,
for a
is there a
while.
specific question now that we're shuffling on, or just still
Uh,
shuffling on this on the?
no, I mean,
Change.
yeah, they're going to go through some
Karma,
things. They're going to go through
It's a
some things and
change.
try and, yeah, they're
Yeah.
looking at how to get out of this,
karma
how to
coming. Karma
water. But
coming.
it's going to be a completion for them. That
Yeah.
they're going to be, and that's what I get.
Mm-hmm. And another deck too. I got the choices card. There's the two sides. There's the two choices coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, wishing that
What's
they
it?
were, but in denial.
What's it look like in your area as far as employment? I see help wanted signs everywhere.
Here,
Yeah, what's it look like there? Because I see help wanted signs everywhere. Not great jobs, you know, they're all food service or I mean my local auto parts store reduced its hours big time because they can't find people to work.
I think there's a lot of jobs that are for service workers or little lower paying jobs that are all available, and they're always available pretty much all the time.
I think us being with COVID and everything, people got a taste of what it's like not having to work and still bringing in that paycheck, and I think it's a part of that. And people just realizing now that we want better, we want better pay, we want. So I think it's a mix of all of that. And what it's also creating though is it's also still creating conflict between people. It's like whatever way that they can find to spin something to keep creating conflict, to keep people fighting amongst each other, that keeps our eyes off of what they're doing over here and what's going on over here. And if we can just stop, and all be on the same page equally, and I'm not talking people going, well, she's talking about communism. No, I'm not. But just people being paid the right wage, having prices in the stores stay at a price where people can afford, you know what I mean? To keep
Yeah,
Hmm.
things fair.
yeah, yeah,
But
Definitely.
every time you go to raise the minimum wage, they're going to keep raising money over other things. So they keep that constant, upper and lower class at fight with each other, at war with each other. It's just
mm-hmm,
it's a vicious cycle, and
mm-hmm,
because it comes down to greed.
yeah.
Yep. True, Marina. You shouldn't have to work 3 jobs to pay rent.
You shouldn't. They should give you a living wage.
Well,
No one should work for under a living wage.
I
There
mean,
shouldn't be a job that for less
right.
than a
Well,
wage.
I'm thankful. I mean, without Nancy, I could barely afford to live if I had to do it myself.
Yeah, I mean the place that we had to move into, we just can't afford. But if we go and look at other apartments in a nice, not in a more safer area than we are now, the
Mhm.
rents are all like $1,200 or
Yeah,
up.
I think it.
Includes no utilities, and so how do you expect people to pay these rent prices if
This
you
is how I
can't?
think.
And this
Yeah,
is
I think people are going to be led to gathering together to create housing or buy or rent whatever together with other people because in a community kind of a thing because how it's not affordable right now, for people.
and the things
It's
that
not.
are affordable, it's not good for you. I mean, the healthy food is always so expensive. The cheap processed,
isn't
highly
good for you.
everything. It's like they want to keep the sick in that and the poor in that state of mind, in that state of mind. People don't realize state of mind when you can get people, after, even if it's just a couple generations, into that mindset of, well, this is the best that I got, this is the best I can do. That's going to carry forward. They're going to carry that energy forward too. And these people out there, they know that, and so they're going to be continually fed this. And I can't think of the word, and I'm trying not to go off on a tangent, you guys. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
But when you condition, it's kind of like, brainwashing, when you condition people into thinking that this is the best you're going to do, this is all you're ever going to get, this is all they've ever got. That type of energy and mentality does become a part of that
because
individual's,
it
and
becomes
becomes a part of the community. Yes.
enculturated in them. And
Yes.
yeah, so this is what they grow up to think, expect, and you know only a few come out of that mold and say no.
Yeah.
This isn't right.
And like I
We're
said, with people not working during COVID, that really opened up their eyes to seeing, wow, I feel so much better. I'm not killing myself. I have more time for my family, or I have more time for myself. Go back to work. Why should I go back to work when I'm finally feeling healthier and I have some money coming in that can cover? You know what I mean?
yeah,
I think a lot of people are starting to awaken to that, but there are still so many of those, that red tape, or those obstacles that keep,
yeah.
from allowing the changes that need to be made.
Yeah,
you know
Spy Third Eye says food insecurity, housing insecurity, et cetera, et cetera. It keeps people controllable. A fear mindset. It's really true. And
hmm
that's that playbook we see um, in the GOP, kind of like, we don't need you to have education. We're just going to privatize schools. We don't really care that your kids don't get educated. And we're going to, these are the books that we're going to let them read.
Yeah,
and
I
and
know,
those
right?
and those that do get
Read.
educated, the books are not accurate. What we teach the kids in school is not the history, especially the history that we should be teaching them. I mean, in high school, and now looking and learning for myself now with the information out there, oh my God, all the things that we were not taught about or mistaught in school. I mean, it really needs. Well, look what DeVos did. I mean, she didn't. She wanted people
She,
to stay, the poor to stay poor, uneducated, and ignorant. You know, and give that higher education to, her supporters. The upper. I mean, is that continuing, fighting, pitting people against each other through
right.
economics, through race, through voting, through everything.
Yeah, I recommend watching Randy Rainbow when he
Oh, I
did
love Randy Rainbow.
Cruella DeVille.
Oh my
Betsy,
God, yes, I
Betsy,
love Randy Rainbow.
Yeah, that was funny.
Betsy DeVille.
Oh my God. Yes. Every
That
time
was
a new one pops on, I'm like, oh, I got to stop everything and I got to play it. I just love Randy.
me too. Big fan. Big fan.
Yeah, he was here at UB last year, and I was like, oh, damn, I can't afford the tickets. But yeah, he's making his rounds. The Pink Glasses tour, I think he's
The
calling
pink
them now.
glasses tour. Got to have those
Yeah,
pink glasses.
he's adorable.
He
hmm
is.
And
Who could?
I mean, he's so witty and he's so
He's
smart.
witty and he
I mean,
can sing.
he can really sing. Yes.
But he says he's
Yeah.
Broadway trained, so he really can sing.
I
I
can't
love when he
remember
did a
what.
cell. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
That's,
I
I love when he
already-
did the Cell Black Tango with that woman who wouldn't sign the papers for the gay couple, and she was sent to jail. That
Oh yeah.
we remember her, but Randy Rainbow did a stint, on her using the Cell Black Tango from the movie Chicago. It was Grace. I mean, it was great. It was Grace,
Yeah.
and it was great. So, but yeah.
Yeah, he's always good. I was reading a report from some health magazine or maybe even Mayo Clinic, but they're saying, I can't remember how many million, I forgot now, but we're talking millions, cannot sustain work because of long COVID issues.
Oh,
So we have
yeah,
millions out of the workforce because of COVID issues and
right.
long COVID. They can't even function, brain fog, all this stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of people out there too. But like I said, I was just mentioning, I have not seen so many need help signs in all my years in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
It's all over. And then I went to see my daughter. Was it Sunday? Saturday or Sunday? I went to see my daughter. I'm like, oh, I'll go back to my own hometown grocery store and get a pizza. Not complaining. I'm not going to get all mad and stuff, but there's a new guy. He's a Mexican. He burnt one pizza and messed up my order. He's new, so I was a little disappointed. They always made great pizzas, but then one of the guys that I work with normally, he helps out that grocery store because the owner and him are good friends. So twice a week he goes down and helps. He goes, yeah, we're still training him. So I guess a couple times he didn't fold the box in right and clip in the cardboard. A couple people grabbed the box to put it in their cart, went out the pizza.
It may not be his forte. He might have to go.
Well, he's nice. He's a nice guy, but
Could you imagine you're getting in your car and all
No,
of a sudden
because
you
you know
look
what?
up, you
I
see
love my
pizza.
pizza. So I mean, I totally.
There's a UFO. No, it's just a pizza.
Oh
Flying.
my God.
come to New
Yes.
York.
That is not fun.
As long as it's not thin, I'm not a thin pizza guy.
I used to try and do the thin, but you know what? It's not as good as a nice full crust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the medium. I don't like it super thick, but
No, I don't like
I like
the bread
pies.
kind, but
There's a place
come
in
out with
my
a soft,
hometown.
flavorful bread and an excellent sauce. You cannot mess up a pizza.
now see, I like my crust firm. I like a crispy crust. So
There's a place called Pizza Plant in my hometown, and I mean it's a pie like Uno's, like Chicago. It's covered over. It was this thick, and you can get whatever you want in there. Oh my God!
Oh, you're making my mouth
It was
water.
like.
Doesn't Chicago have the best pizza? That's what I've heard.
Between New York and Chicago, it depends on the mood. Sometimes I like a nice thin crust. Sometimes I like a nice thick pie.
Mhm.
It's whatever your preference is.
Yeah. I like a good sauce. A really good sauce that is not tomatoey. That rich kind of, I don't know if you call it marinara, but something rich and seasoned.
Michelle.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with that he's a Mexican, just letting you know.
Yeah.
But it was just the fact that he is. That's who I met.
Yeah.
Other guys have done fine, but it's just my experience that I'm sharing. I deal with a lot of Mexicans.
Well, when I lived in Arizona, it's hard. Don't know how to speak English.
I deal with a lot of Mexicans that are heads of the butcher shops. They're great people. We're hardworking.
Yeah.
They're very hardworking.
I love all people. I was just saying the point that this is who I dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Who's nice guy. He's just in a learning mode, and it was getting more to the point that he messed up the box, and there goes the pizza. I just didn't want you to think I was making fun of any person.
I just get the pizza.
But it was actually kind of a funny story. I mean, we ate. It was all good, But yeah, it was getting more to the point of the funny story of the pizza just going.
That's pretty funny.
But if you're hungry and you've been waiting for that,
oh gosh, when you expect your pizza to be a certain way and you're hungry, ooh, then you get hangry.
Yes, hangry.
So, love you, Michelle. I just didn't want you
Someone's
to think
taking
I
a
was
picture. Look, it's an
nothing anyway.
body. It's a UFO. No, it's a pizza. They're like a pizza.
Oh,
Good afternoon, Washington.
Washington, D.C. or Washington State?
Sherry. So what's up with Sherry? Sherry, you having issues with COVID? Oh, you're still dealing with your COVID issues? I'm sorry, sweetie.
Yeah.
wow, that's too bad.
Energy to Sherry.
Brain fog. I have that every day, Sherry. So.
Yep, let's stop and send. Let's all stop and send some energy to Sherry.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of just imagine
Energy.
those cobwebs just going.
Oh, I know, Hypnicity. Wasn't it great? The special master today with the hearing they had. Love, Michelle. So, yeah, totally destroyed Trump's lawyers.
Oh, really?
Like,
good.
if you're not going to give me what I want, I guess this is a non-issue. Because he wanted to know about, well, what did he declassify? Well, we're not going to answer that. You know, this destroyed the lawyers. It shouldn't even be there. Basically, he's saying, why are we even here then?
Exactly.
He took it was a good thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't follow the news. I just hear little bits and clips here and there. Yeah, back in June. Wow.
Yeah, my daughter.
I'm glad your lip is better too, Sherry. I'm glad your lip is. That was crazy. She had a bad lip the other day.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get to that yoga. Yoga by Jane. Get back to Sherry's symptoms. My daughter got COVID working in the hospital like August of 2020. She had long COVID. She doesn't really have any brain fog or whatnot, and she had mild asthma every once in a while. So she needed an inhaler just in case once in a while. Or some, what do you call that? What are those antihistamine? Antihistamine pills, like
antihistamine, like a Benadryl or something.
Like like Zyrtec or like.
Yeah, I think Zyrtec. She would take a Zyrtec during certain times of the year.
Right.
So now she gets bronchitis often and needs to use a nebulizer with steroids in it to get over.
Man. I've been there. I've had to do that before.
Well, she never had it before COVID, and now she has lung issues now.
Oh.
So hopefully she'll get over it. But I mean, it's not horrible, but it's manageable, but it's constant. Or
I'm sure her lungs, Yeah, her lungs will regenerate.
She'll have to keep up on,
it just takes time.
Take care of it. Yeah. So
it sucks. Okay.
Yeah, it sucks.
Okay.
It sucks a lot.
So I have really? There's been UFOs in Ukraine?
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
You want to write that down, Valerie, before you forget? You were going to say something, and we always forget.
Yeah, no. Oh, you're right about that, because I will forget.
I always do. I'm like, okay, where'd that go?
My
Are we reading on why they're there?
Or your senses or whatever. So, yeah. Was I texting you, Valerie, about this, or who was I texting? I was texting someone about UFOs.
Yeah, I was telling you about some readers that have done the UFO.
I mean, I didn't see the reports, and then I think I was texting with Valerie, or someone, I don't know, I actually may have seen something about a picture of UFOs over. Well, anyway, I totally get that they are protecting Ukraine. They're there. Um, they will stop. They will stop any kind of nuclear thing. Um, there, there are certain ones they protect. I was getting like, if a missile doesn't go off, they're part of their special family, right? It's unfortunate everyone has to die, but certain ones are somewhat privileged. They're like in their extraterrestrial family. Certain people are protected. Like I was talking with one of our subs, and her son was protected in the military.
Oh
He'd
my
get
God.
little hits. He'd get little hits from not to go here, not to go there, and he was saved while others weren't. So, Star Family protects some, or helps some more than others. It's the way it is. But yeah, they're definitely there to help Ukraine win and protect. And so that's what was my internal senses were saying.
Wow. Um,
What do you get?
well, first of all,
Oh, I was gonna grab it.
Oh,
Russia,
Is that Putin? Is that Putin?
Russia. But they do have unconditional love. They do have the divine feminine. I believe that this could be regarding a source as well. They are protected. Um, but I also got success in their mission. It's love and connecting with souls. So they're connecting, like you said, with people they may have already had prior contact with, but they're also reaching out to protect people. And then you have the power of the universe within you, and so they're asking for help. You ask for help, and we can help you with what we can. So you have those three supporting cards.
oh,
So
it
yeah,
just gave me the chills. Yeah.
and the last three I picked was I wasn't sure if this was supposed to be pulled for the reading, but I got the natural healing, the crystals, um, the technology. So I'm wondering if maybe they're helping protect their resources because when I saw first the question why was they there specifically, and I think one of the reasons why Putin said he wanted to go there in the first place is because of their resources. Ukraine
Correct.
has a lot of resources that the rest of
Yes.
the world, so that could be resources that he wanted to control, get a hold of.
Right.
Um, the technology, behind it, um, and believing, what is in right front of you. So I think this is also a part of the plan to say, well, okay, people are going to know us more now, and this is what's going on. This is what's right in front of you. You have to open your eyes, you know.
Mhm.
So I think it has to do with protecting their resources. Also, the technology could be protecting from hackers getting into breaking into nuclear codes and whatnot. And
There you go.
knowing that when you see this, know that they are there to protect.
Like I was
Yeah.
telling Valerie, a missile is an electronic device.
Hmm.
It has guided missiles are using satellites, or whatever. A drone has it's connected by something, so all that technology can be turned off. Same with a missile or a bomb. It has a fuse in it. If the fuse is disconnected or not working, a bomb will hit and it won't go off. So these things can be done. And
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It can.
Yep.
angels, extraterrestrials, our friends, they can do anything.
Angelic
Angelic
protection.
protection.
Your angelic protection.
Yep.
That's what I got. And technology.
Yep.
You got
That's one too.
technology too.
Yep.
So
Hackers on the way.
It's protecting the technology.
I got prayers are answered. Help is
On
on the way. Look at that. There's UFOs there.
there it is.
UFOs.
Yeah.
Help is
Yep.
on the way.
That's it. We
They're
are one
they're
universe.
one with the universe.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They're young. They're helping. The other card I have is Arcturians might be helping.
Oh yeah.
That card
Yep.
jumped out when I was
You just give
shuffling
me
my
the
deck
chills.
inside.
Definitely Arcturians are
I did get
definitely
that.
helping. Yep.
And I said, oh, I got to put that back in there and shuffle. But yeah, that was.
Yeah.
See, always set those cards aside that jump out or don't seem right. You just never know.
Giant paperweights falling from the sky. Oh yeah, a bomb or a missile that doesn't work.
Uh,
Yeah, there's been reports. Oh, now that we're on the subject, so Putin was supposed to have this big press conference today.
oh,
He
he
never,
was?
he never showed up.
Oh,
His clone didn't make it.
His clone didn't make it. No, kind of weird, huh?
Because he just
interesting.
supposedly had a meeting with Xi, according to Cash Peters. They had a meeting together,
Yeah,
him and
A
Xi.
meeting a
he
few
was
days ago.
supposedly over there. Yeah,
It already happened. Yeah. Yeah.
so he didn't show up today.
Ooh.
Interesting. Did they
Yeah,
say
they
what?
waited like
And
almost
this
2 hours.
popped out
They
Oh,
waited almost two
mysteries.
hours, and they gave up on the press conference.
Wow.
did they even know what the press conference was about? He just called
He was
it.
going to make some announcement, and there's rumors about something aggressive going to happen in Ukraine. These are
Okay.
rumors. So
That would make sense because we know Putin's guidebook says if he's
Yeah.
upset or mad that something just made him look bad, like what just happened with
Yep.
Ukraine taking back a lot of their territories and whatnot, then of course he's going to want to strike
Have a
back.
tantrum. Yeah, he's going to have a little
Tantrum.
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 That's why
So-
he loved Trump so much. They all had little tantrums together. They all took care of each other's little diapers and their little babies and their little.
Oh, I
Open
just
it,
pictured
open
a
up.
little
Open up
little
for
baby
Fruity.
Trump in diapers.
Open up for Uncle Fruity.
Little
Here comes
little
the
bald
little
Vladimir
spaceship.
Putin with diapers. I'm sorry.
but I guess there is intelligence out there. I think Blinken was saying something, and I think even Britain's, the UK's intelligence was hearing stuff that Ukraine's got to be on alert.
Right.
So let's see what our cards have to say if the Russian forces are planning something dastardly. I wouldn't think it would come from the forces. It would probably be from a distance.
Hey, what about this? The thought just flashed through my mind that Putin may have been told by his generals and people that were part of the military, no, they weren't going to do what he wanted.
All right.
So,
Let's see what the cards
So,
have to say. That's
yeah,
a good.
that's why did
good
he
point.
not attend the hearing? Not the hearing. The
because he's in a weakened position, we know his health is failing. He's in a weakened position. And so if the military is going to object to things, it'd be now, right? They're a little sick of it, I think, and they know they don't have the supplies and equipment to further this project.
I know. I mean, he doesn't want to look weak to his people, right?
He doesn't want to look weak.
Or at least
That's why he
Oh.
throws the tantrum. When people make him look bad, he throws the tantrum because he doesn't want to look weak in front of his people. So, but I don't think the rest of the military, they don't want to go down that road. They don't want the whole world to hate them.
Wow.
So I guess all of Ukraine is on alert for something maybe happening because intelligence is out there saying there might be.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we get here.
Wow, I keep getting cards that say leader, leader, leader on it.
Mm.
Leader. Wow. Okay. So this jumped out first thing when I started shuffling, the Six of Swords. So they were playing on something. They were going to start moving forces across into Ukraine. But then I think the reason why there was going to be a disaster. They knew that it wasn't going to work out. It was told to back off, and dark spirits, dark times, the transitions. Um, Again, Page of Swords, military. I think his military told him, "No, you're not going to do this. This is not going to happen." King of Coins, someone took over and convinced him or whatever, whoever really is in charge, that this is not, the leader. This is not going to happen. King of, the excuse me, the King of Coins, the King of Pentacles is also very fatherly, very grounded in the earth, and they really, I feel like they want to protect not only their own country because of the retribution they might have faced for what they want to do, but also for those in Ukraine. They knew it was a wise decision not to move forward with it, and then just the cards just kept coming. King of Cups, Queen of Cups. I mean, back and forth, strength, respect. Yes, Putin did want, keeps wanting to have all this respect, but they are trying to protect their mother Russia, their country.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want
Yeah.
to keep doing this. Again,
I got
another,
the same kind of thing. Yeah.
empathic King of Cups they don't want. And of course, then I got the oh shit, or excuse me, oh crap card. They knew that they went forward, that it was going to be a disaster. It
Yeah.
was, it was going to be worse than what he's already done. And then, of course, there's the leader card again.
Exactly. Right.
Strategic. They knew that it was just not going to be feasible. They didn't want to get their country. They just don't want this war. I don't have to really keep watching the news to know that nobody wants this war.
Nope.
You know.
I got the same thing that you got over that. I got, well, this is
Yep.
kind of how Putin probably feels, but I got the moon and the tower. He was stopped because the country wants to try and hold on to what they have, and they're trying to keep their balance. And things are not looking good for them. They are not. They want this stuff to stop. They're not in a good position, and they know it. So,
And winter's coming up too. They've been pointing out.
Mm-hmm.
Putin's emotional breakdowns with the moon, and the tower for him, because he can't be told no, because he's the leader, but he was told no.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
What the tower made me think of? The tower, as far as health issues go, is my cancer card.
You know what, Scott? You may have hit it on the head, because, yeah, he is in failing health. So he may really, this might have caught him just before not before, but maybe even the night before. He may have been having a spell of a bad, time.
Or he might have had assistance in feeling ill too. Well,
possible.
If these leaders and stuff don't want him to follow through, and we already known over the
They
summer
might have
that
helped him
he's been
not
very,
be able to.
scared about being poisoned and people being around him and not feeling like he can trust anybody. So
Very true.
somebody might have done something to set him back so that he couldn't make this announcement either.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have the bad cards in the past.
Oh.
I had Devil, Justice, and Aces and Wands in the past.
Oh.
So this is all about the military action for it. It was all for greed and power. That action there with the Ace of Wands, with the whole war thing.
Yeah.
But then I have what struck me with the current cards: Nine of Cups, Nine of Coins, and Ace of Coins. That's a lot of nine.
Money.
And we're in September, right?
Oh, that's right. This is the 9th month.
Oh. Oh,
And this is in
yeah.
the current, what I got, right? And these are good cards. Balance, celebrating.
Well, that's what I got is balance.
3, 6, and 9. Yeah.
But
Abundance.
that's Mother Russia. Mother Russia wants these things. They want to be balanced and they want to maintain their country because they know after all this is over, they're not going to, they're going to be hurting really badly.
Mhm.
And it's going to take them a long time to recover.
And then I get
And
these three moving forward. The Magician, 8 of Wands, and 4 of Wands. They're
okay.
that's telling me everything you see is an illusion.
Yes.
It's not as it seems. That's what it's
Yes.
telling me.
Yes.
The Magician can create anything. The
Yep.
energy of being united here with the 4 of Wands,
Mhm.
but the Magician comes out first for me moving forward here. And it can be a doctor too, possibly. But this Magician with Russia,
Mm-hmm.
it's all a facade, is what I'm getting
Yeah.
here.
Mhm.
Everything
Like the
they're
dog.
putting out, disinformation, everything is facade.
It makes sense. And maybe even think about this though. What if the press conference was just a scare tactic and he never intended to show up?
Yeah,
Then
I got a
and
facade.
then put the whispers out there that something big, but they don't have, there's nothing they're going to do. But they just want it. They want the threat, the veiled threat out there.
So then I have for my ending cards. So when I use the regular tarot deck, I use 13.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So here we have Knight of Cups. It's gifts of love coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Something swept it away, something's changed. We see Ukraine is winning. 5 of Cups. See what that says? Loss of the leader.
Oh.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Putin might be gone. He
He
might be
might.
gone.
He might be gone already.
And then
It's
I have
Well,
a
they've
new
been saying that for a long time. Yeah.
then
Yeah.
I have a new path coming in and then prosecutions. Or a new different leader.
That's it. There it is.
Yep.
So
There it is.
I think it's all a facade. It should be ending soon. It really
Yep.
should.
I agree.
I mean,
I
we
got your
actually dark
transitions.
times coming, transitioning.
Yeah.
What happens
Page
when a
of
body
Swords. Out he
transitions?
goes. There goes the leader. Goes the
There you
military.
go. There it
Boom,
is.
boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
That's why I like the Lord of the Rings deck. It has some certain words
Oh,
underneath
yeah.
the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are
You know,
disillusioned.
it has different scenes from the Lord of the
Mhm.
Rings or whatever. It's pretty cool. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that
it
is.
has a few words.
I like how apropos the words are
Yeah.
for this.
All the Russian soldiers and whatnot are
Mhm.
disillusioned by the loss of Gandalf.
Yeah, there it is. It's in
They're like,
writing.
What? Putin's gone? Oh, and as I go blurry, the
And
energy.
you're all fuzzy.
And spirit is with you because Scott went
It
blurry.
would be so cool if they made a deck out with the actual actors from the movie, the scenes from the actual movie, The Lord of the
Mhm.
Rings. Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, there's my my Aragorn, and there's my my Legolas.
Actually, Valerie, you were
digress.
going blurry too
Me?
when you were reading on Ukraine there, and
Oh.
you were going blurry also.
Oh, wow. I'm telling you that they want this information to get out to our tarot love community, that things are not what they seem. And I just got the chills. They want it out there that
I'm
Putin,
thinking that for a while because
well,
people are saying that what's kind
he
of
could be dead.
there have been images of him in video and stuff, and they say when you kind of zoom in, I mean, the technology is there, but there's still that sensation of seeing a face or something on a body that doesn't look like they belong together in that
Mhm.
video. You know what I mean? With the
Mhm.
trying to CGI or whatever. Sometimes,
Yeah.
some people
Yeah,
get hung up on it.
they're using a lot of green screen technology with these things that they're showing us, or they're showing us footage from something old.
Oh yeah,
And-
Don't
using
look,
a whole
don't look,
photo.
Scott.
Mhm.
You get that's fine. If you believe it,
Just
go for it.
teasing him. Just
No,
teasing.
I mean I've watched every picture I've seen of Putin. I look and it's either an old photo the last few months, or if you
Yeah.
look close enough and screen in, you can see the image around him as a different picture.
Correct.
So, and plus there was videos and other things of him severely ill, shaking. You could see it in his face. He looked horrible. And now lately, he's got spring in his step. He
Yes.
looks like he wants to play basketball, and like this ain't right. Yeah, it's
This
called a deep fake.
No.
Guess
How he
what?
had to go. He had to go have
My
surgeries
pendulum
and
won't
things, and
answer.
all of a sudden he doesn't. Or your pendulum says he's.
It's not answering me. It's giving me the will not answer.
Let me ask
See
mine
what
if
you
it
get.
answers.
And I wasn't influencing. I always make sure I completely clear my mind and take my emotions out of
Him
it.
and Vlad are
Just,
hanging out in hell together.
yeah, in limbo. I can't get back in. I can't either.
Question for me.
Energy.
Oh, well, mine says, and take this with a grain of salt, but it says he's dead. But and I asked if I could ask the question, and
And when I
what-
asked, I had to make sure that I was specific. I said, and YouTube entertainment purposes only. I said, is the real Vladimir Putin, leader of Russia, is he alive as of today, 2022? I mean, I made it very specific. I try not to make it as, I didn't want it vague. And that's where it didn't want to quite answer the question. I just said, okay,
and mine
maybe I'm
said,
not supposed to know.
is the real Putin alive today? Right now, this minute, that's my no.
Yeah, but right up this minute is not specific enough, because on the other side, spirit is a totally different time. See what I mean? That's where I've been learning over the years, our time and time on the other side, and how spirit sees it very
Vladimir
different.
Putin's soul inside of his body on Earth right now?
September 20th, 2022.
September 20th, 2022. No.
Now, see how much bigger swing that was?
It's a big swing.
It was a big swing.
Yeah, it likes
It's
the
more
accuracy.
specific. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, take that with a grain of salt.
But Scott, doesn't Nancy Jean have a video where she talks about saying the proper prayers and how to?
I mean, you can do it however you feel. You can,
Or not proper, but what she does. Oh,
you don't have to copy anyone else.
This is what I got about when I was asking if Putin was still alive. To have the pendulum, my cards, that just jumped out.
Oh,
that's severe health.
Oh,
I want to go. No, you got to go. No, I don't want to go.
Oh.
But look at how that little injection right there. But yeah. Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
crap.
Oh, wow.
His credit card has been cut in half.
So this is what I got.
You.
I got a lot of angelic influence around. He's still a soul being, right? Even though he's evil. So these are my top angelic cards in my deck. You got angels, universal energies, and this is strength and what? I combined this one, strength and possibly the star. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
That's all angelic. And then I have universal energy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Next three cards. The other severe illness card.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, he's grabbing his heart in that picture. That symbol.
And then he's
Oh crap.
he's transitioning.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
So
Oh,
he's probably like, brain dead. His body may be kicking, but he's not kicking. According to
right.
that, he's transitioning. Illness, transitioning. So he's kind of is this is showing he's still in spirit, or I mean
Mm.
he's connecting with spirit, whatever, because angels are ready to sweep him up with that universal energies.
Archangel Michael is Vladimir Putin, the real Vladimir Putin. Is his silver cord still intact, connected to his body? Show me a yes. Wait, show me yes, show me no. Is Vladimir Putin, the real Vladimir Putin, is his silver cord still attached to his body? The cord that connects us to the physical body. It says no. So his body may be hooked up to a machine to physically keep it going, breathing, and whatever. But if that can be believed, that it's saying that he is not connected to his body anymore.
It's a general sense. It's kind of weird when someone's in that kind of state. It's so hard to perceive what the message you're getting when you think
Yeah,
about it.
true, true. It does make it.
So I asked my guides, like,
See,
is Vladimir Putin walking around? Show me him doing work.
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah.
I don't see him
You
moving.
can't get him
No,
because even I looked for him in January, and I couldn't see him in January. So what does that mean? It means
so Scott, is that what you would consider then your way of remote viewing? Would you call that
yeah.
when you ask spirit to show
I just
you
asked,
something's
show me a
moving?
picture. Show me. It's the same thing as channeling or whatever. It's
that's
like
what I did when
Because
I
there's so
asked.
many different terms now.
you
Yeah,
see a movie or you see a picture in your mind.
yep. I saw a picture, and he went. And for Putin in January, I didn't see him.
And all the reason, I
I
mean,
had to go to December to see him, and it wasn't. It was
maybe that's when they pull the plug.
yeah, exactly. The hospital bed and the people around him, and then the hearse and the coffin going into the hearse.
Yeah, I don't
So
remember. I don't remember people. I think I said it in April.
yeah,
We were reading on him and stuff in the war, and all of a sudden I
So
got
then
this
who
image of.
wants? So then if I don't mean to interrupt you, Scott, but I'm on a quick thought here and I don't want to lose it. So if you two are not seeing him in human, in his physical being in December, January, then this, clone, not clone, but you know what I mean, this impersonator, this body double that is him, who then is the one that's having him want to start the wars? Because obviously Putin would be not still here, so who would take his place to continue with the aggression onwards with the Ukraine? Who would also have an interest in taking over Ukraine now that Putin
you
cakes
know,
is gone?
Scott had a really good idea the other day,
Oh,
Lavrov, because he's,
His
you
war
know,
general Lavrov would be controlling things.
okay.
he is, we don't even, his reputation
Precedes him.
is,
He's what do they call him? The butcher of Syria.
yes, thank you. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
So anyway, back in April, um, yeah, it was March or April. We were talking about online when we were reading cards or whatever about him. So I'm tossing the cards, and all of a sudden I seen this image of him getting an IV, and I'm like, I couldn't explain it because all I could feel was like it's some kind of cocktail he's getting, some weird mixture. And then like a few weeks later, there was reports that he was trying some kind of blood transfusion with deer antlers or something.
yeah,
There's some other kind of things trying to give him youth, kind of like blood transfusions of a youth serum or something.
He's going to try anything to try and live.
Yeah,
but,
to beat that cancer or whatever it was. Yeah.
yeah,
So
to beat the cancer.
there's no way you go from the last few videos or brief pictures of him going into a gymnasium or meeting, G. There's no way a person can strut his stuff and be that ill a few months ago.
No.
He looked
Yeah.
like he was fine. It's like that don't make any sense. That doesn't
Yeah.
happen. I mean, you look at Joe Biden walk around, or even the former guy. No, you can see they're old. They're little stiffer and whatnot. That doesn't happen.
That's why when I saw the video of Putin walking up to the coffin of Gorbachev when he was just housed for viewing, not his funeral because he didn't go, but he
Right.
walked up to put flowers there, and he was all like, he didn't act like the Putin that I have seen. The way he tried to straighten his coat. Putin doesn't act that way. Putin acts like he knows what he's doing and he's sure of who he is. He doesn't straighten his clothes and pull on things or do all these weird
Those are tells.
Yeah, he doesn't do any of that.
Physical tells.
So I said, this cannot be him. This cannot be Putin standing there doing this, because these are tells. Everything that he did with his clothing that was never anything Vladimir Putin ever did, because Vladimir Putin presents himself as perfection and doesn't pull on anything.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm perfect, blah, blah, blah.
He probably thinks Gorbachev is weak because he gave up the Soviet Union. Putin wanted it back, right?
Yeah.
Why would you respect weakness? It's not his character.
He wouldn't have gone. I don't think he would have gone. No, if he was.
That's another thing right there. Very true. What you're saying right there. He himself would never have gone. There you go.
Didn't he put something on the coffin? Didn't he walk up there and put flowers or something on the coffin?
Yeah, that's what
flowers, roses.
That's not Putin.
And then I watched him step back and I said, that cannot be Putin.
Yeah.
He's like straightening. He's like acting all nervous, straightening his clothes and doing all kinds of weird things.
Yeah.
I said, that's not Vladimir Putin.
Now people who are trained, FBI agents and CIA and KGB, all these people who are trained to be able to read body language because of their positions and what they've had to do, they probably were just like, dude, this guy isn't even, it must have been just screaming that, this isn't him.
No.
This is all, yeah.
Totally.
Because people with that type of training would take one look at this guy and go, oh, hell no.
That's what I did. I took one look at him. I said, this is not him.
Oh, hell to the no.
But, after we saw him sick when he was meeting one of his cabinet members or whoever he was meeting at the table, and he was holding on to the table and he was all frail, I don't think we saw him after that.
I don't understand this one because I don't watch the news and I don't really watch the political shows. What
Putin supposedly went to meet with India's president and China's president.
Oh,
Right.
So they went to India. Oh, okay, I thought it was just him and Xi.
There was a few pictures of him meeting. India's Modi basically told him to stop it.
Yeah, I heard that. He told him to stop it.
President Xi supposedly said, we're not going to give you anything for the war. Stop it.
Correct.
They both basically said, stop it. So these are all clues.
Yes.
It's just leading up to how they're going to get out of it. I don't see any explosions and, like a takeover.
Right.
They only supposedly have troops in the very eastern corner now, Crimea and a little bit. There was an explosion, I guess, in Mariupol again, which is unexpected. Hit some building. But I just don't see it. It's just gonna get worse. it's just gonna get distraction or whatever. Like, oh, we're still trying,
Look at this over here, huh? And then something's over here. Just smoke and mirrors, distraction.
Exactly.
Wag the dog, propaganda. I mean, this is all how the governments, all the countries do it. The U.S. is no different, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Then there was a group of people that I can't remember if it was an organization or whatever. They called out that Putin has to be removed now.
And Aries
Who would
girl
say
says
that living
something.
in Ukraine or Russia with the history of falling out of windows, right?
Right, exactly. And Aries girl, Virgo moon says, roses. Roses are the flowers of love. They are very symbolic. Why in the hell would they have used roses? Putin would not have brought roses. Very, very.
Maybe a black rose.
Yeah. So when you were talking about Ukraine and going, okay, so what's going on? You know, I just started shuffling. So this is interesting. Prosperity for Ukraine, patience. So we were talking about G in India. So they're saying, they need to look at the prosperity for these countries, these leaders, patience. And then I got the leadership card. You're talking about him. And after this, new beginnings. So once they officially let the world know that Putin is gone, it's going to start, new beginnings, prosperity, patience, change in leadership will equal new beginnings. So yeah, there's I would probably say by the end of the year, if not early next year, we're going to finally, say, oh, he just passed, or something's going to happen. I don't know if I want to
Yeah.
tap into war energy, or anything like that with military, but yeah, for that. But yeah, just as patience, leadership, new beginnings. So it's a changes on the way, most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I randomly grabbed cards out of that Archangel Tarot that Allison gave me. The ending card is excuse me,
Sip,
King of
sip.
Gabriel. It's the King of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
Generous, inspirational, dramatic, driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Success is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the other ones were seeking help, the Three of Wands, seeking outward, and the Seven of, I think it's coins, Michael's coins, I think. But it's kind of like we said before. It's distraction. It's a change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a better way. It's just like they have the help. This is
Right.
overseas help. The Three of Wands is seeking help outward, right? NATO, the U.S., but this is the big one in the outcome with the King of Wands.
Yeah.
The
That
big
makes
picture is
sense.
coming. Help is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just did Is Putin really dead? And I got death.
Transfer. Oh my God, transformation.
It's there it is, the first card. And then I got this for choosing wisely. And I think they're talking about their new leadership coming in. Maybe
Beginnings.
not the first one they get, but maybe the second. And the truth
Exactly,
being
Tracy.
revealed. So there it is. I think it's all speaks to what we've been talking
Scott,
about.
when do you feel like your guides are going to say that they're actually going to come forward and say, he has passed, and that they're going to withdraw troops? Do you feel like that's this year from
I
your
think
guides?
I think it's going to be a setup. Kind of like Putin's been assassinated. They won't tell him he's been sick for months. It's just like these little drips, okay?
Little scenario.
It's kind of like Ukraine's winning. Ukraine's winning. Okay, we'll bomb here. We're still doing it, but Ukraine's winning. And then it comes to a point, everyone's outraged. The oligarchs already want it to end because they're going poor, kicked out of the countries, losing
That's
their
why
yachts,
they're out the windows.
falling out of windows. But I think they're gonna, they're going to do something where it feels like an assassination. They're going to say Putin's been assassinated or something like that, because that's the way he would go out in history, as a champion if he's assassinated, not as a loser president, right?
That may
He'll be like a martyr.
Face.
Right.
Yeah.
But do you think it's going to be this year? Do you feel like
Yes.
your guys are saying?
Yes.
I do too, because I got him dead in January or in December, and Scott and I have discussed this before, and I liked what he said about he didn't think that people would leave it this long, because they want to bring in a different. They want to get out of the war and do whatever they need to do to recover.
Well, if that one general's still in charge.
Oh yeah, well,
they're going to have to take care of that situation as well.
They do. They have to. They have to take care of that situation,
or bring them up on war crimes or something.
Yeah.
But Trump
you can't bring up a dead guy on war crimes.
It's true.
What was that?
You can't bring up a guy that's passed on up for war crimes.
Well,
but the general,
Lavrov,
people, to keep them from taking.
But then again, you're right, because Lavrov, who knows what will happen.
Yeah, he might be in big trouble.
Maybe we should read on what's going to happen to Lavrov.
No, I'd be interested in reading on that.
Let's do it.
Not that I'm excited or I'm wishing for someone's demise. I'm going to put that out right now.
Not at all. We just want to see what's
his name again?
Lavrov is his last name. I can't remember his first name right now.
See.
Yeah, his nickname is the Butcher of Syria.
Okay.
He ordered a bunch of killings in Syria war or whatever. Lavrov's future.
It's wait a minute. Let me make sure I get the right. Lavrov seems to be a common name.
Putin's general.
General.
Well, there's a whole bunch of generals that died in the war, so they
General Lavrov.
Any problems?
Oh, here it is. Here it is. His name is Sergei Lavrov.
Oh, yeah. Right, Sergei Lavrov. What's going to happen to him?
Sergei Lavrov, and wait, let's get a picture of him. And here he is.
Oh, what? That's weird. Maybe I should reshuffle. Okay, that's weird. I'm going to reshuffle.
Sergei Lavrov.
He's going to have an oh crap moment. I think he's going to be prosecuted. The truth's going to come out. I was kind of feeling like, when he gets captured or something for war crimes or something, would he, off himself or something? But I see him captured here. So I got the Ace of Swords. The Sword of Truth comes on him, prosecuted, painful ending.
Yeah.
And then I had the old crap moment for him.
It was good that you made that card, Scott, because that card's very useful.
Yes, it is.
Oh, crap.
5 of coins. 5 of coins. Loss of everything. Money. Everything. Problems, struggles, poor health, ruin.
Yep.
It's the old crap moment.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yeah, I think he's going to be one of those ones prosecuted for war crimes. I had that brief thought. I think it may be in his mind if he's ever arrested, he might try to off himself.
Oh.
Because I was trying to get in his energy and thinking, it's like, it's more of an honor to go like that than be arrested for crimes.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I don't think he would be successful, or doesn't happen.
No.
Is there anybody in his inner circle that's a female that could maybe be part of bringing him down? I got the female card. I'm trying to figure these
Yeah,
cards out. I got the female card. Then I got the Ace of Swords into Winter. Um, Truth,
that's,
Awakening,
I got the Ace of
Clarity. Like
Swords.
he's not gonna win it. I don't the victory. Nah, he's not gonna get any victory or success. But this might be whoever, unless the Duchess represents maybe the United States, Lady Liberty. I don't know. I just thought I would throw that out there to see
That's
how someone.
basically the Empress card, the Empress
That was the
star.
first. The
That's
Duchess was
the
the
Empress
first
star.
card. Huh?
It's also my Russia card.
Oh, is it? Hmm.
Yeah,
And then
the
the
Empress,
third
Mother
card,
Russia. So
uh,
that would
angelic
be my
balance.
Russia card.
I got the balance card, respect, harmony. Um, then I got Knight of Wands, action, traveling, um, new path, Page of Coins. Um, I mean, from there. I mean, these are all very positive cards. I'm feeling like it's in the wake of something happening to him, but not describing, saying to me it's going to happen to him. You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the very last card is the Ace of Coins. So when
Mhm.
that happens, it's going to start the beginning of more prosperity, more getting Russia back into financial stability, getting the people feeling safe again, getting their
Yeah,
connection
it
to the
feels more
world
like
back.
you tapped into Russia in general rather than Lavrov.
I know it's weird, and I kept repeating his name, but I don't know.
I think he, in the KGB, and he may have been part of the KGB. I have to go research that, but I think they really know how to block people reading them.
Yeah,
Well, they
No.
do employ psychics and things. I mean, they won't admit it, but that's starting with Hitler and Russia, the United States with their MK Ultra program, bringing in
mhm.
psychics, doing the remote viewing. They believe in all this stuff. They just
Oh
won't,
yeah, they do. They certainly do.
and they
Well,
know how to say certain words. They'll clear, just automatically. They'll change a
Secret
person's
behind
state
the
of mind,
scenes.
and it's scary.
Yeah, they
yeah,
won't tell you.
and some karma's coming.
Yep.
Okay, that was my next card, and uh, dark power advisor, blah blah blah. He wants all that. That's what he's trying to get. But this one came upside down. The Page of Coins, and this is new path change, new job. Yeah, upside down. That's how. And I never read
Yeah,
upside
lost
down.
their job.
Yeah.
So there you
Well,
go. That's
it's kind
his.
of murky what happens to him in the end because
Yeah.
I didn't see
Well, I did get
imprisonment. I didn't
I
Yeah.
see
did
imprisonment.
like, yeah,
Right. It
and I
is
think
murky.
isn't that what you got, Val? The cart moving forward. Is that what your first card was? I gotta
No,
reshuffle again.
no.
Oh,
The moon. I got the secrets and
oh, okay,
We both got similar cards,
yeah.
yeah.
but you had
Um,
she got the moon and
just the card.
chariot. You got the
Mhm.
chariot.
But the last card on the bottom was disaster, though.
Oh yeah.
Swords,
Painful,
winter,
depressed, nightmares, failure. Yeah,
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 and
yeah.
winter. So this might be like all taking place for the end of this year.
Yes,
It,
I
it,
think
it would be so nice if that country could actually have peace for Christmas. I mean,
so.
they
Mhm.
allow a no, on Christmas, it's supposed to be a day of truce, no fighting. But it would be so nice to be able to give these families and soldiers, more than just the one day where they can actually, as a Christmas gift, be able to return home to their loved ones.
Right. Yeah.
So I really hope your timing's right, Scott, on these cards
Yeah,
because the disaster for him and the general coming up and it says winter, that would be nice,
I think it
because then
ends with.
maybe families can start reuniting.
I mean,
I see.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
a long road. I mean, you can't
Oh yeah,
just rebuild
no,
everything that quickly. They're talking what there's
but
God
ceasefire and everything,
up to 10 million
Mm.
displaced Ukrainians.
yeah.
You know,
Right.
then you got all these, what do you want to call it? War crime trials, seeking reparations possibly to help rebuild from Russia. Getting
And
proceeds
we're
from
going to be, and this country is going to be involved in a lot of it because of 45 working with Putin during this time. He's going to be brought into that too. So America, the government at that time is going to be brought into this as well, and having to face the world, on this global scale, and when they address with Russia. I mean, unless they work it really well where nothing comes out, that documents and things are hidden, but you know 45 had help with Russia, and one gives one thing, one gives to the other. So the both of them could be implicated, together, and may not be what kind of light America wants shone on it, but you have to start new beginnings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awakening.
So I tried my cards for timing.
Oh, yeah.
Winter,
Winter.
November. Six of Swords is calmer waters, military, balance.
Yeah.
November.
Yeah.
And I have it. It all started last month.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
I have an
downfall
idea about
started.
all that.
The downfall started last month.
Yeah.
October is when the tides turn towards Ukraine.
Yeah.
But it's got two November 11th. That's elections too. So if a lot of these senators and people get voted out, they're no longer protected by their being sent. And so a lot of
The handlers.
so they're going to be no longer in office, and they're
Yeah.
going to be looked at too now to go along with winter with Russia and their thing, because then it's going to start coming out exactly who was involved, the senators that get voted out that were involved with 45 in the administration in helping with Russia and their involvement with Russia. So yeah, I think a lot of dirty laundry is going to finally get aired out.
Mm-hmm.
Vote blue.
November 11th. Ooh.
Vote blue.
Yeah, and I'm in, even though New York State is blue, basically, I'm in very red area. And I get a little nervous because up and down the streets here, there are people with their Brandon, their Trump 2020, 2024 flags and everything. Giuliani for mayor or governor still up. And other people have their signs for Zeldin. And Zeldin is actually supported by DeSantis. And so my concern is, once this shit starts hitting the fan with what's coming out with Trump and what happens to him and his people, what's that going to do with the people that I live with in my area? It's a little scary.
Speaking of Rudy,
Rudy
new
Cody.
reporting coming out from a new book. Imagine that another book has a revelation 5 years later, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Trump's first, you remember H.R. McMaster? He was like Secretary of State or something for Trump for 2 years.
Sounds vaguely familiar. Yeah.
For 2017 into 2018, Trump fired him, or chief of staff or something. New book coming out that quotes from him that anytime Rudy Giuliani came to the White House, he wanted to be alerted so he could be there. Because he had eyes on Rudy. He was pretty sure he was working for a foreign country.
Oh,
that's what McMaster said. Okay.
Yeah. And guess what country?
Russia.
No. Who was the national security advisor under Trump at first that got indicted? And is crazy as a loon. Michael Flynn?
Michael Flynn? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You're saying he is a U.S. spy for the U.S.?
No. I'm just trying to see if you can pick it up.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Well, I know Rudy Giuliani had a lot to do with, Ukraine too, with him and the other two
Not
guys.
Ukraine.
Saudi Arabia.
Not Saudi Arabia.
Turkey.
There's
only 3 players.
Yep.
Saudi Arabia, Turkey, or Russia.
And
So
also, it was reported that Rudy, Bannon, and Jared also had a thing about pushing dealings with Turkey.
well, of course.
Yeah.
Money. So
Yeah.
then, and this is all related to Tom Barak getting his trial starting here soon, because they were all Middle East is all entwined. But um, Preet Bharara got fired by Trump and from the SDNY because he wanted to investigate money laundering through the Bank of Turkey.
Remember that? And at that time, it came to light that Trump had built had started or looked like he was going to build some Trump Tower there.
Mm-hmm.
And so he and his
Oh, he
daughter
has
went
two there. He has
Yep.
two towers in Turkey.
It's all about money laundering. It's
Yeah.
nothing about building anything. It is all about money laundering and keeping that connection going with Erdogan. So,
And I still say they're involved with Khashoggi's death too. They got blood on their hands. I want to see justice for that poor man.
For entertainment purposes only, it's probably going to come out that Kushner's visit to Saudi Arabia to the prince had everything to do with him.
It's all connected. You don't get $2 billion to be an investor for no reason.
Exactly.
Just because you're freaking.
Exactly.
And he gets bailed out by Qatar for his 666 when he was $1 billion in debt, right?
Thank you.
He's gonna be busted.
It will happen.
I just don't know if they're going to ever get the justice they deserve.
Yeah, that'll happen because there's a trail.
Yeah. Well, that's what we thought about 45 too, and
oh no, we aren't done. No, hold on. It's happening.
I know it's going to happen, but I'm just saying it's just
the wheels of justice are slow. Let it all play out. It'll happen.
Put a little just tap the gas a little bit. Let's just tap a little, just lightly on the accelerator there. Just give it a little. Like learning how to drive.
We got to remember, Bill Barr and that Justice Department stopped about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stopped about everything. Fired every good guy, right?
Yep.
And then the GOP wouldn't nominate Garland till what? May of 21?
Mm-hmm.
And then they finally got number 2, Lisa Monaco, in there. The next week, she had someone indicted.
Yeah.
They pulled up a case from back that was ready to go. Boom.
Yeah. Boom.
So, in a normal world, it takes 3 years to finish a case of this magnitude.
There's the three again.
We're at 18 months.
Yeah. Just hold on. It'll all play out.
They're probably checking into cases from Louisville.
Yeah.
A lot of times they have that slimy way of working out deals, and that's what just kind of irks me, but we'll see.
This is for Jared.
There's
the divine feminine is going to get Jared.
Yes, thank you very much.
There's your Russia card too, this connection too.
And you know who the divine feminine might be? His own wife. Oh, wait a minute. Can she testify against him?
I don't know. There might be a loophole for that because they tend to find loopholes for everything these days. If you got money.
True.
She can against her father.
But
her husband, I don't know. That's a sticky one. At least for the commoners, it is.
Yeah, for the commoners. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is a tough one, but if she wants to, she can. Generally, it's not accepted, but Yeah,
Well,
I
she's
have.
got to be careful
I've
too, because
always
Jerry
believed
is
there'd be
connected with
justice.
Saudi. She's got to be very careful the protection of her children, because if she does anything that they feel threaten, the Sauds, threaten and her husband's connection or with whatever, that children are usually the first thing that they go after. Unfortunately, the women and
Yeah.
the children. So she may have to play nice to that certain degree, maybe.
True.
I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of people are picking up on readings that her children are important to her. Like Melania, her children are important to her. So we'll have to see how that plays out, too.
Yeah, I believe it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I believe. I've always sensed that there is a motherly protection there with Ivanka for her children.
Yeah.
Don Jr. I don't think he even knows he's a dad. if you ever,
Right. I
if you
never.
were on,
Mm-mm. Go
if you
ahead.
were ever on Twitter and follow like this, what's his name? I forgot his name right now. Ron Flipanowski. Well, he follows all these QAnon sites and Don Jr. and on True Social, so he posts some wacky stuff all the time. What they're doing, he posts every vi- rant video that Junior does.
Mhm.
Every single time, he's hiring a kite.
Oh,
Guys,
really?
guys, the Democrats, the libs, they're destroying the country. They want to do pronouns now. Oh, he's so nuts.
Hilarious.
Pronouns.
Hilarious.
Every single time. And then the other day, he did a video and he changed his angle. And on top of his cupboards, there was a some Halloween thing, a bong, and a dildo.
Oh,
Get
God.
no, get out of
Yeah,
Oh,
here, really?
goodness.
someone screenshot and blew it up, and it was on top of his cupboard or his bookshelf. It was hilarious.
Wow. Or a good bit
Oh
of
my
footage, like
god!
doctoring a photo, but they were able to actually get that video, and yeah, that
No,
would
it was
be
off a video. It wasn't no doctored video.
rules.
You know,
No.
they just took a still because he, some reason he decided to do it from this way, and on top of his shelves were that stuff.
Yeah, have another line. Do another line, dude.
That guy is so crazy. I mean, ugh. I listen to it for the comedy.
Yeah,
he's,
definitely.
he's so insane.
And if
And
he
then
doesn't stop, he's gonna, you know,
yeah, and
when
then you
that
listen
cavity gets
to
blown, he's a goner.
yeah, and then you listen to Eric, and and the whole it's always in like Fox News or something, and everything's my dad, and it gets so annoying. He's like, my dad did this, my dad. It's like have a voice.
Yeah. He
What
It's
have
can't
all
be
you done?
selfish. Just talk about.
you ever
Yeah,
watch
he can only talk about his dad because he hasn't done anything himself.
right
That's true.
pretty much. Yeah, go
Good
ahead.
point.
I mean, he's always
Good
with
point.
it's all taking care of dad's business.
Yeah, that's right.
Um,
Daddy's
who's
coattails.
who's the late night talk show host? Oh, Stephen Colbert. You ever see him
Oh,
do Eric's
yes.
impression?
Oh, it's been a while,
I
but
think it's
yeah.
kind of mean.
He pulls up his upper
I
lip and
know.
Dad,
Sad.
Yeah.
like me, Dad, like me, Dad, but
Oh,
Dad.
man, that hurts. You know what? That hurts my heart a little bit.
I know. I mean, it is sad,
I mean,
but
I mean,
Eric is.
that's how the
Eric,
kids were raised. That's how he treated
yeah,
them.
when you look that foolish, you kind of deserve it, especially when you're a criminal and you lie all the time. You kind of deserve it.
oh,
Oh yeah, it's called karma. Right, Val? The circle is moving.
yeah.
It's even like Noel Castro talks about Ivanka. She's totally fake. She created that voice she does according to him.
Oh,
And then
really?
she swears like a trucker.
Oh my goodness.
He goes, Ivanka's totally fake. Boob job, face job, everything. She's all plastic and lies.
Oh, parent. Oh,
So
you
are
know,
a lot of other women.
on Politico, the special master, which is Derry, to Trump's lawyers, you can't have your cake and eat it all, he's telling them. And apparently, he repeatedly challenged Trump's lawyers for refusing to back up the former president's claim that he declassified the sensitive national security related records discovered in his residence. And he's not having any of it. Judge Derry, the special master.
Mm-hmm.
Nuh-uh. No. This ain't going to end well for.
No. And the former guy's got. Yeah. Well, you know, and the former guy.
My brain's going to the wrong place with master and everything, but I'm, you know, I'll digress.
And the former guy's got to get paid for getting spanked by the master.
There you go.
He's got to pay for the pleasure.
Pay for the pleasure of getting spanked by the special master.
And he's going to go, ouch.
No, he's not going to say ouch because he's going to have
he's going to owe the money because he'll never pay it. Don't forget about that.
Gary will get his money. I'm pretty sure the government backing him will make sure 45 pays him.
Yes.
This ain't no little lawsuit. No, they'll make sure he pays them.
Yep.
Good times.
He'll get they're just desserts.
So yeah, it's been fun. We've been on over 2 hours already, girls, ladies.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah, I'm getting a little hungry. I might have to make something.
I'm hungry too. I gotta go eat dinner.
I had something to eat, but when you put those little lean cuisines in,
it's only
this is the right portion. Doesn't say so with me. I'll make a peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Oh, yum. That sounds good.
Right now.
It's 5:21 here. It's dinner time.
Oh, wow. That's
8:21 there.
3 hours.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost 8:30 here.
I'm starving.
But I'm going to be with Valerie again tomorrow, everybody. Valerie and Colleen is going to be on my channel, and we're going to have spiritual chit chat for an hour. And then at 8:05, because I accidentally double booked.
Oh, you double booked?
I'll have Scott and I sent the email. So I will be on with Scott and Sherry H after that on my channel.
All right.
And we'll be talking about Planet X.
Very good. I'll have to tune into that.
And boy, if they end up agreeing on Planet X, how is that going to affect the astrology? Because there'll be another planet to add to the mix, right? So, Val, that'll be something else to talk about.
It's something else we can cover that.
Sure thing. But I appreciate being invited. Thank you both very much. I had a good time.
That was fun.
Next week we transcend on your channel, and your guest is
Sybil Harmony.
Sybil Harmony's coming to your channel next Tuesday. Nice.
So we'll check that out.
Yes, definitely will be there.
Bless you, Tracy.
Oh, hi, Tracy. I didn't know you were still here. Thank you.
Yeah, Tracy's still hanging out. Yeah. Next Tuesday on Valerie's channel, Sybil Harmony joins us for Transcendental Tuesday.
That's right.
Ooh.
That's right.
Bless you all for coming. Thank you very much.
Yes. Everybody have a blessed
evening. Thank you, everyone.
Afternoon.
Love always.
Thank you, Heather.